Hi, welcome to the second short lecture on Chapter 9. We're still working with rhythm, and in this lecture, I want to think more about stressed and slack syllables, look at the rhythm in the sample poem, and then determine the meter. So we'll be noting the iambs and marking the iambic feet. In other words, we will be engaging in scansion. The sample poem I have here is by A.E. Housman, When I Was 1 and 20. When I was 1 and 20, I heard a wise man say, Give crowns and pounds and guineas, but not your heart away. Give pearls away and rubies, but keep your fancy free. But I was 1 and 20, no use to talk to me. When I was 1 and 20, I heard him say again, The heart out of the bosom was never given in vain. 'Tis paid with sighs aplenty, and sold for endless rue. And I am 2 and 20, and oh, 'tis true, 'tis true. Let's review what's actually happening in the poem. We have a speaker remembering back to being 21 years old and having a wise man tell the speaker, you can give crowns and pounds and guineas away. You can give money away. These are forms of currency, but don't give your heart. You can give jewels, but keep your fancy free. So if you fancy someone, then you have romantic feelings for them, you have a crush on them, you fall in love with them. And the wise man is saying, you can give someone jewels, you can give them money, but don't give them your fancy, don't give them your heart. But at 21 years old, the speaker was not paying any attention to that advice. And still at 21 years old, the wise man tells the speaker again, if you give your heart away, it's not given without paying something. You're going to pay a price. You're going to pay with plenty of sighs. You're going to pay with rue, with regret. And at the writing of this poem, the speaker is 22 and now realizes that these were words of wisdom. The speaker has gone through the experience of giving his heart away, has had his heart broken, and now knows that what the wise man told him was true. And the last line really emphasizes that by repeating it twice. So if we were going to scan this poem, let's just take a look at the first stanza. We'd want to look for the stressed and slack syllables. And again, reading it out loud and sometimes overemphasizing the stresses or the beats can be very helpful. When I was 1 and 20, I heard a wise man say, right? Unstress, stress, unstress, stress, unstress, stress. And you hear it line after line. I heard a wise man say, give crowns and pounds and guineas, but not your heart away. And I've divided the iambs, the unstressed stress units, into feet with these highlighted lines so that we can see that for each line in the poem, there are 3 iambic feet. And if you look at the list of line lengths on page 172, you'll see that if you have 3 metric feet in a line, that's trimeter. And since we know we have iambic feet, we know we have iambic trimeter. Then the question becomes, why would Housman write this type of poem using iambic trimeter? Well, the meter gives a kind of sing-song sense to the poem. It sounds very light. It doesn't sound wise or especially heavy with meaning. When I was 1 and 20, I heard a wise man say, give crowns and pounds and guineas, but not your heart away. It almost sounds like a little nursery rhyme. And that parallels the 21-year-old speaker's response to those words of wisdom. He doesn't want to hear them. He dismisses them. He doesn't consider them truly wise until he goes through the experience of giving his heart away and then experiencing the pain of having his heart broken and realizing that these were words of wisdom, that they were true. And at that moment, the sing-song nature of the meter becomes ironic because the words are wise, the poem is conveying wisdom, but it's doing so with a sing-song meter that is not suggesting the wisdom of the words. So in this case, the meter both gives us an insight to how the 21-year-old speaker responded to this advice, and also helps us to realize the irony once the 22-year-old speaker knows that these words were true.